The product rule is the rule we use when we want to take the derivative of the product of two functions. It's derived directly from the definition of derivative, and this is what it says. It says that if we want the product of two functions f and g, we cannot just take the derivative of f and multiply it by the derivative of g. Instead, what we have to do is we have to take the derivative of the first function f, multiply it by the second function without doing anything to the second function. Add to that the first function times the derivative of the second function. Let's work out an example following this rule. Here's an example. It's the product of two functions, x squared minus 3x and x to the fourth plus x squared. The first function we'll call f of x, so x squared minus 3x will be the f of x function. The second function we'll call g of x, so x fourth plus x squared will be g of x. F of x we write over here as x squared minus 3x. In the formula for the derivative, we'll need the derivative of f, so let's write down below it f prime of x, which is 2x minus 3. We'll also need g of x, so g of x is x to the fourth plus x squared. We capture it from here, and right below it we'll write g prime of x, which we'll also need in the formula for the derivative. So now we assemble these four functions to get the derivative. dy dx is the same as y prime, and that's going to be f prime of x, so that means that we need this piece first. Write down f prime of x, that's 2x minus 3. Next, we need g of x, so we multiply by g of x, so we need this piece next. So we put in g of x, which is x to the fourth plus x squared, and then plus. And next we need f of x, that's this piece, x squared minus 3, that goes in next. And then finally times g prime of x, that's what's the last thing, so 4x cubed plus 2x. That's the derivative using the product rule. Once you get good at this, you don't have to write all of these pieces down. You'll just see it in one line. That is, you'll say the derivative of x squared minus 3x times x to the fourth plus x squared is the derivative of the first. The derivative of x squared minus 3x is 2x minus 3, times the second, x to the fourth plus x squared, plus the first, x squared minus 3x, times the derivative of the second, the derivative of x to the fourth plus x squared, is 4x cubed plus 2x. Usually when we use the product rule, we don't have to necessarily simplify this answer, and so we frequently leave it like this. Notice also that we could have done this problem in a different way. We could have multiplied all this out and gotten a big long expression with 4 terms in it, and taken the derivative of each of those terms individually, and we would have gotten an answer equivalent to this one. The product rule is a different way to do that. It's a faster way in this case, and we'll need it later on for more complicated functions. This is the product rule.